get ready for a long video. What's up? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a good day. Let's get started. This video is basically the comprehensive guide on how I edit using iMovie and a couple other apps too. This video is literally gonna cover everything from how to open the app iMovie to specific techniques that I use. So if you want to jump around in the comment section, check my pinned comment because there I've posted all of the timestamps for all of the different editing techniques I use, so you can just kind of skip around and see what applies to you or just watch the whole thing too. Also, I use iMovie because I don't need to use Final Cut Pro. That's like nothing against Final Cut Pro or anything, but just with the style of videos I'm making, I don't really need the extra features of Final Cut Pro. Also, iMovie is free, and that is good because free is good. And if you make videos like kind of in the style I make videos, I don't think you need to upgrade your software. Let's get started. First, I'm gonna put in a little overview of my whole editing process. The very first thing I do is create the project by clicking the Create New button and then clicking Projects in the top left corner, prompting the name option. Then I drag the video clips from the desktop and insert all of it into the timeline in the proper order. The next step is cutting down the footage so then the video is ready for creative editing. I go through all of the clips, taking out the parts I don't like, including all of the weird awkward pauses and random other stuff that I filmed that I don't like. Basically, this yellow bar, I'm not sure what the proper term for it is, but I'm gonna refer to it as the slider bar. Without clicking down with your mouse, you can drag it over the footage to skim around like this. When you want to stop at a certain point, single click. Press the space bar to play and pause. I first drag out this bar on the right side of the screen so I can edit with closer precision. I always start at the beginning of the footage and press play until I find a part I don't like. Once I found something I don't like, I cut it out by splitting the clip. To split the clip, pause the video at the beginning of the point you don't like or move the slider bar onto the point you don't like. Then click Command B on your keyboard. This will separate the clip you don't like from the clip you do like. Then move the slider bar to the ending of the clip you don't like and click Command B again. The clip you don't like will now be totally separated and you can delete it by clicking on it so it's highlighted in yellow, then hitting delete on your keyboard. Basically then I go through all of the footage, splitting clips until the video is cut down. This takes anywhere from like 1 to 4 hours depending on how much footage there is and how distracted I get while editing. During the initial cut, I also mute necessary audio and or change the speed of clips, like if I wanted to do a time lapse. To mute the audio of a certain clip, click the clip and hover the mouse over this line. Then drag it all the way down until it says 0%. You can also use the same technique to make the audio louder or softer. To adjust the speed of a clip, go up to the top right corner and click on the symbol that looks like a speedometer. Then there will be a setting labeled speed where you can either make the clip faster or slower by a certain amount. Those are all of the edits I make in the first round. Once I'm done, the skeleton of the video is complete and then I can move on to do the creative and fun edits. Now I go back to the beginning of the video and run through the footage again, but this time adding creative edits. Once again, check the pinned comment down below if you just want to learn a certain technique. I have all the timestamps down below. There are a variety of edits that I use, for example, sound effects, transitions, zoom in, zoom outs, text and graphic pop-ups, iMovie filters, filters I've created myself, and face plus motion filters. I use both iMovie sound effects that are already provided for you in the iMovie library and also sound effects / music from the YouTube audio library. You can find iMovie sound effects under the section labeled Audio and then under Sound Effects. They are organized in a variety of categories. The main categories I use are jingles, stingers, theme music, and people. Here are some popular ones. To add the sound effect onto the video, click on the sound effect and drag it onto the clip you want. You can adjust the audio of the sound effect by dragging this line up or down. YouTube provides a ton of free sound effects to, enhance your video quality. The audio library is located in the YouTube Studio right above settings. To download an effect, just click this symbol and it will download to iTunes. Then open iMovie back up again, click audio and then iTunes. And there's the sound effect. Here's some popular music from the audio library. So the next edit is transitions, and by transitions I mean transitions that pop up onto the screen with a little bit of text on them. For this part I don't use iMovie, although you can still use iMovie under the section titles. The way I do it though, I think it gives me more creative options. To create my transitions I use PicMonkey, the old version of PicMonkey, because there's like the beta version, but I still use the old one because I'm too lazy to learn the new format, so I just continue to use the old one. You do have to pay a small subscription fee to access some of the features, but there's still like a wide variety of features available even if you don't want to pay the fee. And there are also a ton of other graphic design programs that you can also use, like Canva, but I just use PicMonkey as I said earlier. To create a transition, I open up PicMonkey and click on Design. The dimensions are 2560 by 1440. Let me say that again because that is so important to remember. 2560 by 1440. Write that down. Then you'll have a blank canvas. Click on canvas color to change the background color. Click on TT to add text and write whatever you want the transition to say. Click export at the top left of the screen and export to your computer and drag the file onto the desktop, then into the iMovie timeline. To adjust the length of the transition, you can either hover over one of the ends of the clip and drag it across until it's the right length, or you can click on the transition, then click the I at the upper right hand side of the screen and type in the duration you want. If you want to do this, keep on watching the video. To zoom in on part of the video for comedic effect or emphasis or whatever you want, first split the clip you want to add the zoom into so it's separated from the other clips. Then click on the clip and on the upper right side, click on this square box thing. Click crop to fill and adjust the amount of zoom in that you want. When you're done, hit the enter key on your keyboard. To do the Ken Burns effect, which is when the video slowly zooms in or pans around the frame, follow the same steps I just mentioned for the zooming in effect, but instead click Ken Burns instead of crop to fill. Then adjust the starting frame and the end frame accordingly and hit enter. Another edit that I like to use is flipping the screen upside down, either for comedic effect or if I film the video in a specific way and it needs to be turned right side up. So for this, follow the same steps as I mentioned under the zooming in effect, but instead of zooming in, click the rotate symbol twice, and then the video is upside down. To create text and graphics, I also use PicMonkey. Once again, you can use the title feature in iMovie, but doing this through a third-party app is way easier, I think. So I open up PicMonkey and create a design with the dimensions 2560 by 1440. This is just like creating the transitions I mentioned earlier, except this time the canvas color is transparent. So select transparent canvas. Then click on TT to add text and write something. Export to the computer, drag the file onto the desktop, then into the iMovie timeline. Drag the graphic on top of the video clip that you want to put it on and adjust the length of the text by hovering over one of the ends of the clip and dragging it across until it's the right length. And there you go. To create a graphic, you follow the exact same steps, except instead of clicking on TT in PicMonkey, click on the butterfly. Here you can either insert one of PicMonkey's free graphics or you can upload your own from your computer. Once you're done, export the graphic, drag it onto the desktop and into the iMovie timeline. Drag the graphic on top of the video clip. If you don't like where the graphic is located, go to the upper right side of the screen and click on these two squares. Then click on this and choose picture in picture. You can adjust the location and the size of the graphic. Also make sure this part here where it says dissolve is set to 0 so the graphic doesn't fade in and out. Then hit the enter button on the keyboard to save. Yay, cool, obnoxious graphics. So here are some other fun filters and techniques that I also like to use. To insert iMovie color filters for whatever reason you have, click on the clip that you want to add the filter to. Then on the upper right side, click the graphic with the 3 circles, then click clip filter and a bunch of options will pop up that you can choose from. To insert iMovie audio filters, follow the same steps as the clip filter section, but after clicking on the graphic with the 3 circles, click on audio effect and lots of options will appear.
And there you go. That's
how you insert audio filters. I also like to use filters that aren't provided in iMovie, and I make these through PicMonkey too. So for instance, pretend like you want to make a filter that makes it look like you're underwater. Go onto PicMonkey and create a design with the dimensions 2560 by 1440 and make the canvas color transparent. Then click the symbol on the left with the hash marks. This is the textures section, however you can create filters using graphics, drawings, emojis, what have you. But I'll show you just how to do it as if you're just creating an underwater filter. So click water, then choose a texture you like and adjust the saturation. Then this is the important part. Turn up the fade to a high-ish percentage so when you put the filter over the video clip you can still see what's going on in the video. When the filter looks good, export it and download it to the desktop. Drag it into the iMovie timeline on top of the video clip you want to add it to, adjusting it to the proper length. And now you're underwater. And finally, the last edit, the face and motion filters. Creating these filters does take a little bit more work. If you have an iPhone or smartphone, download the app VideoStar, it's free. Basically how you do this is you're gonna export a clip from iMovie, airdrop it or text it to your phone, edit the clip on VideoStar, then airdrop or text the clip back to the computer, and insert it into the full video. So the first step is to select a clip that you wanna add a filter to. Copy this clip by doing Command-C on the keyboard. Create a new project and paste the initial clip into the new project's timeline. In the upper right hand corner, click the share button, click file, then next, then export to the desktop. Once the file is on the desktop, click on the clip and airdrop it to your phone or email it to your phone. Open VideoStar on your phone and click the plus button and select edit video. Then click make video and click new in re-effect. You'll be presented with a variety of filters. To access more filters, click the plus button and there are a ton more options. You can favorite certain filters by pressing the star. Click on the filter you want for the specific clip and click Quick FX. Exit out of the screen and click on the send button and export the new clip onto the camera roll. Go to the camera roll and airdrop or text the new clip back to the computer. Open iMovie and drag the new clip into the timeline, then delete the old clip and there you go. I know this seems complicated, but in the end I think it's worth it. Once you get the hang of it, it goes by a lot faster. So I hope you guys enjoyed this comprehensive guide of how I edit. Comment down below any questions you may have about editing or YouTube in general. I'm not an expert, but I can try to answer your questions. Sorry this video is a little bit longer than my usual videos, but I wanted to make sure I could cover everything. So it applies to you if you've never opened iMovie in your life or if you just want to learn one technique. So hopefully that was good. But thanks so much for watching. Thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, turn the notification bell on, comment down below something fun, follow me on Instagram or something, and I'll see ya in my next video. Thanks again for watching. Bye!